The moment when everything becomes too much. I feel like we're all going through that right now. We want to explore, but we may have not been prepared. Or we're already in a world where things are hectic and we just need to come out of that space. If you're coming across this video, then you're probably either in that state right now or you're coming out of it and you're trying to understand it. It's very chaotic. That's all I have to say. It's very chaotic. There's a lot of opportunities that will fall in front of your face, but you just can't take them because of a situation, and it just doesn't give you enough bandwidth or time. And sometimes those opportunities, you do take them, but it takes you out of a space in which you are comfortable. And what I'm finding now, and I feel like I've always found this quality about life, is that we're only ever balancing. And to be balanced doesn't mean to be stationary in one point in which everything is perfect. To be balanced is to have those hardships, to have those moments where you're teetering on the verge of collapse, to have those moments where you're in the best surplus aspect of your life. And it's a lot. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to handle, because one moment you can be fine and the next you are down in the dumps, and vice versa. Pause for dogs. Yeah, so you're here right now watching this video, probably wondering, how can I remove myself from a desperate situation? How can I remove myself from this self-loathing? And that's something that I had to teach myself. One of the thoughts that consistently went through my head when I was a bit younger, probably just call it 2 years ago, 4 years ago, it was a constant thought of dread. Like, the world is poison, the world is ultimately screwed. And I wasn't the only person thinking this, but I was the only person sharing it with myself. So it's a feedback. Whatever I put out comes back to me. And a lot of my art reflected the disappointment, the sadness that there was in the world, which ultimately changed my perspective into wanting to see the better side of things. So even in the dark and gloomy aspects of my art, I was seeing a lot of beauty, and the world crumbling became a post-apocalyptic garden that I wanted to bear the fruit in new knowledge. So right now I'm in that garden stage. It's like you see the aspects of your life in which things are falling apart, and you care for that part a lot. And then when it gets up, the next part that you want to care for didn't get as much attention in this season, but now you're bringing the attention back, because ultimately you can delegate what you've learned from another aspect of life and put it towards another aspect of living. Moments just become crowded in chaos, and we may not be used to that because it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. Now, you see, in this moment in time in life, I am working towards wanting to build a type of safe haven for many creatives, many people to just explore their thoughts and help each other grow in different ways. That's where I'm coming from as a person that's freshly going into the world. The past 2 years, I've talked and highlighted my personality more than I have in the past 10, 15 years. And it is solely because I felt like I was the only one that could understand me. But I was wrong, obviously. A lot of people understand my perspective, and a lot of people want others to understand their perspectives. So I'm in the phase now in which I can curate more for myself, and as much as I'm putting into myself, I'm able to put out for others. So one thing as well, if you guys don't already know, if you're new here, I am a freelance artist. I am an artist all around. Do photography, videography, music, painting, anything artistic, I'll probably like try it. And doing freelance, I mostly hop into freelance because I wanted to help as many people as possible. I wanted to help people create a vision. But slowly I started realizing that a lot of people still don't get the vision, even if I led by example and said, oh, my photography, my videography, my films, things that I push forward, you can really center and focus in on the feeling, and then people will like fall in. What I had to realize is that not everyone has that same passion and won't understand that level of thought unless I showed them myself. So I've been focusing on me, just creating more YouTube videos. I spent the past month of January just creating for me, also still doing freelance, but making sure that my vision and the things that I want to put in line are at its full potential. Because last year was eventful. I won't say ass. It was eventful. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. There's a lot of things that I had to learn about myself to push myself forward in 2025. Now, it doubles down. I feel like every year is a cycle, which it is a cycle, and every day is a cycle. And these moments outside of us, like politics and the world being on fire and everything, wars, everything, could really bring us down. But it's the morale of the individual that brings light to the world, because a single individual can say something inspiring. A single individual can feed their neighbors. Their neighbors could build homes. It is a lot of opportunity for the individual to do something now, especially now. I feel like we all get caught up in the want to do something rather than the need and drive to do it in the moment. So, yeah. I feel like we all get caught up in moments that we can't really control, and when it becomes too much for us to handle, it's just easy for us to shut down and just fit back into the bigger piece of machinery. And no, you shouldn't. You just need to stand out in your way, look at the overall picture, and adjust what you can in the best way you can without harming anyone else. You know what I mean? That's the big part too. Like, succeed, but don't succeed at the fault of others. Succeed with others. Grow together. We're in this together. We're on this earth together. We're in the universe together. The universe is in us. That's my TED Talk.